As a Filipina-American creative, I never felt like I truly belonged. And so I've decided to change that.
Just gonna hold you. Hi. All right, mabuhay.
Being in New York City, I had the opportunity to attend an event being hosted by Filipina on the Rise.
Tonight is the night of Evening in Bloom with Filipina on the Rise. I'm going out early to help set up. You know, I know how events go and they get kind of crazy.
I saw and experienced for the first time women just like me who are feeling just as connected to something greater that is so wondrous and wonderful and powerful and humbling. Every single one of us in that room was experiencing it and sharing that with each other. I felt so honored and so grateful to be a part of that community that came together that night. That organization is driven by the founder, Krystl Fabella.
I'm really excited to finally meet Krystl. I've seen her on social, but this is the first time that I'm going to meet her, and it just got really windy.
Krystl is a podcaster and all around, man, what do I call her? Filipina maverick. She's definitely somebody who is on a mission.
As you can see, we have a wonderful full house with beautiful round faces all around us. I love it. And, oh, by the way, I'm Krystl. Hi.
She really believes in the women who are up and coming, on the rise, and who are already establishing themselves in major ways. She's sharing their stories and bringing all of us together.
Filipino women, when they create, when they start a business, when they do a product, there's two things they always have. It's one, how do I serve my community and uplift them? Always. And two, how do I make sure I'm staying authentic to myself and expressing? And I just think it's so beautiful to have seen that the past 2 years, especially during the pandemic. Everyone here has a common interest. For Filipina, you're looking to reconnect with your culture somehow, or you're trying to be surrounded by like-minded Filipino women. We all come from different walks of life, and it's just so special that we're all here together. I believe there's a true magic in the room. My mission is always to promote Filipina excellence. I do think that this is a time where more of us step into our passions and our power. We can do a lot of healing and bring a lot of good things to this world.
She's just tapped into and given shape to something that we can all identify with. It's something that we've all been feeling inherently, this sense of disconnect from our Philippine heritage and wanting to be closer to it, wanting to embrace it, wanting to live it. And then several days later, getting to interview Krystl Fabella.
I just want to say congratulations on Evening in Bloom. How did you create that concept for the women who are there?
First of all, thank you for having me. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. I hold these different events in different cities to gather Filipino women, just get us together in a spirit of true sisterhood, of cultural reconnection. So for each event though, I like to have a theme just to make it more fun. For the past few years, how our life was gonna go took a turn for a lot of people. We've had to really learn how to be in a season of going inwards and going silent and really getting to know, it's like, what do I care about? Nature really allows seeds to be under the ground for a while. Under the ground is where like those lessons are learned, where you self-actualize, where you get in touch with your intuition. In the spirit of spring, it's just like rebirth, right? That a lot of Filipino women were so good at nurturing other people and accommodating for other people and supporting other people, but not so good at like celebrating ourselves and really seeing like, wow, these are seeds I've been planting and things are gonna start to bloom. And you best believe it, world. Like we are, Filipino women are about to really like burst out and bloom.
Yeah.
You know, I feel
totally
it.
feel
I
that,
feel
yeah.
it. If you saw around the event, there was questions on the tables. There was questions around the room because I want us to not just always like listen, but to ask each other questions, ask ourselves questions about like, what seeds have you been planting? What things have you been silently doing that no one's been noticing that you can honor, that it's gonna like have results now? Like, what can we celebrate for you?
What I think is so cool about Filipina on the Rise is that it, you know, she started it off as a podcast. Since then, it's become almost like a movement. You know, like she's doing events, she's got like this online community going on, she's pounding the pavement, meeting people, getting her groove on, and making this thing happen. The word that keeps coming up to me, and this actually started to resonate as I was at the event and started to see all of these incredible women who came into that room that night, movement. You've created a movement for our community. Yeah. What's really amazing is that you didn't even, in a way, realize what you were doing, because you didn't start the podcast going, I'm going to create a movement.
No, 100% no.
You started the podcast because you were looking for the stories that you are now helping us to learn about, that you are now sharing with us through your interviews with women that are doing, like you said, so many amazing things.
Also the sense of wanting to uplift what it is that we are and give that a voice. That's my mission, is to give what it is that we're all going through collectively a singular voice, an example of what life is and what life can be, and to share that. As a Filipina-American creative, I definitely identify with what it is that I saw in that room.
My name's Samantha. I do a lot of things. I'm a master's student right now. I'm also a model, and I'm a yoga teacher as well. I've only recently started thinking about what it means to be Filipino. I'm half Filipino, so there's a lot of, am I Filipina enough to be Filipina going on in my head, so this is like a really good push towards just embodying it and identifying as it and discovering what it means. Being Filipina means treating everyone like family, welcoming people of any kind into your home and feeding them and making them feel really welcome. I've realized that I've always embodied that, but I've never put it together with my heritage until now. I don't have a lot of Filipino friends in the city, and I wasn't really aware that there's such a community. Knowing that all of these businesses and artists and people can come together in one place and help each other out however we can. I mean, that's what being Filipina is, isn't it?
I'm Bekah. I am a muralist, I'm an artist, and I also do dance. I went to a retreat in the Philippines with survival arts, like a Filipino fighting group. It's like women identifying. That got me back into connecting with my heritage and my decolonization work. I'm constantly impressed by Filipinos and Filipino women. I look around and there's just so many people that they really do have this drive, this intense drive and passion, which sometimes I feel a little bit alone in, because I'm kind of intense about my work and what I do, and I want to be authentic. And so when I see that reflected in the Filipinas, it's reaffirming of what I do and my work and what I care about.
This last week has been so transformative because I stepped outside of my comfort zone. It was so hard to interview people. It was so hard to ask them for what I wanted, which is just to talk to them and to capture their beauty on film.
Hey y'all, what's up? I am at the Filipina on the Rise event, and I'm having the most amazing time because I just met 3 of my online idols. I met Pineapple and the Big Apple, I met Danelle Eats from YouTube, and I also of course met Krystl Fabella, who is the voice of Filipina on the Rise. And I am just totally on cloud 9 right now because these ladies are just so amazing and down to earth and just fabulous. So I'm gonna get back in there. I'm gonna gather up the courage to interview some people, and we'll see what happens. Oh.
And it was the same thing with Krystl. It really took a lot of deep breaths. I wanted to say heavy breathing, but it's not like I was birthing a baby, but in a way it kind of felt like that, because it's like I'm birthing this new version of myself, this better version of myself, this version of myself that has a voice that I want to share with other people and with you.
This is really just the beginning of I think a new rebirth of our community. Putting away what we thought being Filipino meant and being able to recreate that for ourselves and gift that with each other. That's what this is about. And someone said, it was so funny, I feel a lot of power in this room.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, say less. They're like, I just feel power. And I was like, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And it's not power.
Right.
But it's just this really beautiful indigenous power of the Filipina woman stepping into her power and claiming herself.
And doing that in a community setting.
With creativity around us, with love around us. And they said, I feel like if we all just started organizing right now, we could start can I cuss on this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If we started organizing right now, we can start fucking shit up.
Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next week. Fil-Am. Goodbye.
So I'm just leaving the event now, and my heart is so full. what an incredible event. I mean, so much energy, so many beautiful women who are experiencing the same thing I am as a Filipina-American. It's really incredible. I am so grateful for tonight. Yeah.